Anywho, speaking of rap, actually, this is a great week for rap. But last night, right? Oh, and look at the color. But anyway, so last night, Megan Thee Stallion dropped her album. Did you watch the release on YouTube? The little special they had on YouTube.
They had a special. I thought it was just the premiere of the video.
No, it was live, and it was with her, and like they went over like some of her older videos and like what inspired her as an artist, and like it was really well produced. And then that led into the live premiere of Body, which is I think track 8
Body
on the 17-track album. And in the release, she was like, this is the first one she's called an album. All the other things were like EPs, they were like samplers, because she really wanted to make sure that.
Now I could have sworn Fever was an album.
Yeah, people like, so what was Fever?
That's what I'm saying. That was a whole body of work, honey.
Yeah,
but I don't think Fever did as she expected it to.
It wasn't considered let me tell you, it's not considered a studio album until you actually backed by a label that has money that can push it, and then you can make that money back. So, and also mixtapes now, Megan has kind of like pushed herself into new territory because her mixtapes have been able to chart like albums.
Oh yeah.
Because of the streaming, the new streaming qualifications, and that you have the access, you're posting up the numbers. And I think she was able to secure a distribution deal. So now, this being an album, being her first studio album where she's backed by big money, you know, it was good to see her release that.
Now here's my
Did you see Taraji P. Henson in the Body video?
Yes, I did. The Body Yaddy video, the Body Yaddy, look.
Body Yaddy 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 Yaddy.
And here's my thing, because we talked a little bit before we talked a little bit before we started recording the show. I don't know what to say. I need more time with this album.
It needs to sit in your spirit.
It needs to sit with me, because I'm not the only person that feels this way. I feel like people are like, okay, maybe I need to listen to it. I was talking to my friend Nick. Oh, name drop. And he was like,
Nick.
What we're not going to do is that. But
we did it and it's done.
Oh. Tough freedom. Anyway.
Tough freedom.
Okay. No, the thing with me, I need to, because see, with me, when I don't like, hold on. When I'm very critical about something, I need to take time to like listen to it again. The album is just a little bit weird. Like, she's doing stuff that she never did before, which is great. I love it. I love that she's like, you know, trying to do something different. Right. Some of the beats on the songs, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, like, you know.
Okay, not okay.
No, okay, but let me tell you my list. This the list that's on my Apple Music, because I do support Miss Meg. Shots Fired is Shots Fired. Period. Circles, which was a cute little sample that she did for Jasmine Sullivan's Holding You Down, which I loved. Freaky Girls featuring SZA. I love anything SZA. And it was very reminiscent of like an old R&B song, but I just cannot put my finger on it, but it just gave me old R&B mixed with rap. And then Don't Stop, and then like the hit songs was I enjoyed all of the hit songs, which was the Eazy-E remix or remake, and then the thing that she did with Young Thug and Savage. But other than that, like, the album music is just, I need more time to listen to it a little bit more, because I felt like it's just, I didn't know what this was. Like, I mean, like, it was Meg. It was Meg because her rapping didn't change the way she raps.
Right, her style.
Her style didn't really change that much, but it was just like the music I have to get used to. Maybe if I hear it again, and shit. Maybe if I hear it on the damn radio, because the radio is
because they're gonna play it over and
over again until I like it.
Exactly. That's how. Yeah.
We ain't gonna what?
Nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna say that.
What?
They said that was the Beyonce method. Like heavy saturation, because she literally had to forge her way into airspace, because it took people a little minute to be like, oh, okay, we like her with the group. Like when Work It Out came out, her first single Work It Out flopped.
Her first single?
Yeah, Work It Out. You remember Work It Out?
I mean, the stories I heard of Beyonce when she left the group, with Dangerously in Love.
Okay, there were things that happened between that time. But
that was her breakout album, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was. And
I mean,
you
can't count the songs that was in between it and shit. Like it was they weren't a part of them, right?
Yes and no. It was like they were trying to find her space and like finding her look. I mean, but that happens with every artist. Like if they had the same access technology that we have now, it'd be different. But during that time, you really have to try to find your own sound. You have to find your own look. You have to make it to where people want to hear more of you and want to see more of you. And one of the marketing, things, and sometimes it hasn't changed in the digital space, is that you put them in front of the people all the time. And so during Beyonce's rise and separation from Destiny's Child, it was like, damn, we're seeing this girl everywhere all the time. Like they were putting her everywhere, like pulling the magazines, and then you're put on the red carpet as a commentator. But it was like people had already decided we don't like when she talks. Like if she gonna sing,
Indonesia,
just let her sing. And then her dancing started getting better. It's like, oh yes, give me the boost, yes.
They really don't like the way she talks.
Well, I mean, she was, it's different when you're from the country. Like people think that our accents are indicative of our intelligence, and that's not always a good thing. But
we know Beyonce is smart. Wow.
So, what? I didn't say anything.
This is an audio podcast. Good thing it's not on video because your ass would have been canceled, honey.
Why? What would I get canceled for? I didn't say nothing.
Not canceled, but them beehives.
I don't give a damn about nobody's hive, compound. I don't care about none of that stuff. I said what I said. But for her, it was like people found like, and I'm under part of the original beehive. You know what I mean? It took me a minute to get into her, but I'm
the way you came from your last episode, you are beehive.
You know what I mean? I love Beyonce, and I think she's a very talented woman. But I'm not naive to the process and the business and the metrics of the business, and so. We got to see her. We saw her all the time.
I don't know. I feel like old Beyonce, like her like
you don't like her newer stuff.
Like that was golden age Beyonce. Like 4, Dangerously in Love, I Am Sasha Fierce. Like I'm probably missing an album, but like that was golden age Beyonce. Like
because she was doing like different stuff. She was experimenting more.
Not because she was experimenting more, but it was just like these songs that she came out with was always going to be timeless. We will always go back to it. Single Ladies will always be this. That song that she did. It's a lot of songs we can say.
Like Party, Run the World.
A lot of them. I mean, a lot of them. They will always be timeless and they will always be legendary.
And you don't think any of the songs that she's done in the past 2 CDs are going to be legendary or like classic?
They are. I mean, Black is King, and we digress again, but Black is King did what it had to do.
But you don't think we're going to be, we listen to that in 5 years from now. We're not going to remember them songs.
Well, I mean, do you remember them now?
Yeah, I listen to Black is King all the time. I listen to Bigger, and I listen to Spirit every day. I listen to Spirit every day as if it's like a gospel song. So I like the message. But I also think that when we're talking about artists, especially artists that have been in the game for over 20 years.
But we will always say, if you know me, ain't trying to put a brand. We will always remember.
Yeah, that was a global hit. That was her global breakout smash. Shout out to The Dream, for writing a great hit. But I think that also what will define a classic or a hit record to you as a person, for any artist that's been in the game as long as Beyonce, it really has to do with when you connected to their music. That's the music you're going to remember because it connected with you, whether you were going through puberty during this time, whether you were transitioning to an adulthood, like in this record you could relate to the music better, or even the sonically, like, because our tastes change over time. Yeah. And that's what will relate to you. And it's funny because I grew up during the era of Janet Jackson, when Janet Jackson was Beyonce. You know what I mean? She was one of the biggest female performers of all time at that point. She was highest selling, and she was all the things. And I'm a Whitney fan. I never thought Janet Jackson could sing. That's just not. It's like what? I didn't prefer her as a vocalist. Like,
I felt
she's
like
a great
she should have
dancer.
re-recorded Control. That's a great song, but like, I can't hear you. Why are you down there?
Turn it up. Why are you down there? You're supposed to be up here. Why are you down there? But
I'll be listening to the Glee version.
But like, I told my wife, was like, my favorite album of Janet's is the last one, like Unbreakable. That's my favorite.
The last one is the one with Made for Now.
That didn't come on the album. That was a single, wasn't it?
Oh, really?
She had another album?
I love that song, by the way.
Which one? Made for Now?
Yeah, it was
very commercial.
Oh.
It was very commercial. I like it. I mean, I liked that song.
But yeah, see, like even with that, like, you know, this whole Black is King, like this whole, okay, we're going back to Africa subject.
Huh?
In music.
Oh, Black Diamond. That was the album? She had an album called Black Diamond?
And that's the one we Made for Now?
That came out this year?
It ain't come out this year, no.
What it say? It's saying Black Diamond album by Janet Jackson.
Oh, well, they have poor promotion because, honey, I
know she was trying to do the Black Diamond tour, but
a girl win.
She announced the tour, but what was the album? What else is on the album? I ain't never heard this album.
Well,
anyway, so Unbreakable was my favorite, and I think it's because I was, that's my thing.
That's your thing.
Unbreakable was my favorite album because of where I was in my life and what was happening. Like 2015, that was like around the time that I was having, I started really recognizing issues in my relationship and my intimate relationship, and I was also in the midst of repairing relationships with other people, and so I related to that album. I'm also a Tate Martian, and I remember Janet dropping her album the same day that Calling All Lovers came out, and I was still kind of mad about it. I was like, damn, Janet, you couldn't let Tate Moore get this #1 album. Shit. Because Tate Moore went #2, Janet went #1. But I listened to that album a lot, and I related to it. So that's a classic album for me. I know about Velvet Rope, and I know Control and Rhythm Nation. My mom, she's arguably gonna say those are better albums, but for me,
yeah,
this is the album I relate to. This is the sound that I like, the message that I like.
Okay, I can get into that because I know me and my dad will go back and forth talking about Jay-Z and how I loved and enjoyed 444, but he did not like it, and he likes like Jigga, like the old Jay-Z
like,
stuff.
Yeah, Blueprint Jigga.
Yeah, but I think 444 was good, but it's just different timing. Like I started acknowledging Jay-Z at that album, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be the same way for Meg. It's like, okay, this is her first studio album, but there are people who will still prefer her mixtapes over any of her work. Same way there are people with Nicki. Like I loved, Nicki's Come Up DVD, like that Come Up era. I was like, I didn't really like Pink Print, or my favorite album is still Pink Friday compared to all the other 3 albums that she's done.
And I will say this about Meg, and she needs to be, and I'm not talking. She ain't gonna listen. I don't know, but she needs to be mindful of the way she's going about like her rapping. Like she needs to be more. I feel like she needs to be a little bit more versatile because like the rap style.
Why?
Is a little bit.
It's her style.
It's her style.
That's what makes it iconic. All
right, but look at
her style.
Okay, look at the other artists. Like,
but she doesn't have to look at the other artists.
The thing about it is though, and it's the same problem that people had with DaBaby, because DaBaby will come out with a new song and they said this should sound like something that he came up with. Like,
right, and they still go #1 because people that like DaBaby.
Not for long.
But the people that like DaBaby and his sound and his style like DaBaby and his style and his sound. And it's funny that we're in this era now where we want everybody to sound like everybody else. I don't want them
to sound like everybody else, but I'm just saying, like, she changes, like people like Doja Cat, Nicki Minaj, and even Cardi B, shit. Like they change, even though it may be written, somebody wrote it for her or whatever, shit, I don't know. It's different. Like it's different. It gives you a different taste.
But Meg has different flows. Her cadence and her delivery is always going to be the same. Her cadence is hard. That's her style of rapping. You wouldn't tell Snoop Dogg that he needs to be more versatile in the way that he delivers his raps. You know what Snoop Dogg sounds like. That's his style of rap. That's his style. Or E40. Ew. He raps like that. That's his style of rap. So when you hear him on a record, you know it's E40. Nobody sounds like him. Nobody sounds like that. And if they did, you'd be like, damn, that sounds like E40. Because that's his style of rap. With Meg is a female rapper in this new wave of female rappers, where you talking about you want them to be versatile. You know, when you talk about Nicki, you talk about Doja. Well, Doja is very versatile. She's a very talented girl. But when she does switch up her flows and switches up her sounds, guess what they say? She sounds like Nicki, and I like it because I like Nicki. I like the fact that Nicki was able to give me 8 different personalities on the track, and sing and rap and then spit hard like a man. And all that.
She has her own personality with her verses.
Exactly. Yeah. But what I'm saying is the what you already like, the establishment that you have. It's like, okay, well, I like when you sound like something I already like. That's an artist isn't obligated to do that. I shouldn't have to bend my style, my sound to sound like anybody else for you to like it. I shouldn't have to make a record that sounds like
it's
Drake.
Not for my consumption. I'm just saying.
It is for your consumption because you can only speak for you.
I mean, I listen to Meg, so it's not like I'm not listening to her. I'm just saying there's music that I listen to her, but I'm just saying it's starting to like
to what? It's starting to annoy you.
It's not starting to annoy me. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna say it right here. The body yaddy thing. It was. I don't like repetitive music like that.
Well, that's not the song for you.
I'm just saying. I'm not gonna be the only person that's gonna say that in a couple of years, and I'm just saying,
and that's fine. And I won't be the only person that's gonna feel the same way I feel in a couple of years. But as an artist, a person that actually creates music, I'm telling you, I'm telling you that it's very unfair for a critic, a person that doesn't create music or doesn't create art, to say that I need to be more versatile with my style of my art for you, because that's not what we make it for.
The customer?
That's not what we make it for. The base that she has now, or the reason she's able to be in a position where she's now reaching a broader market or a broader target, because the versatility is going to come anyway.
Yeah.
But as she grows as an artist, as she evolves as an artist. But the reason she's in the position she's in is because her style worked.
Okay.
I'm in this position because you know my voice. When I'm on a record, you know it's Hot Girl Meg. You know that's me.
No, I mean that the ad libs is fine.
No, but I'm not. That's not you. You're taking what I'm saying and trying to. That's not what's happening. What's happening here is I'm saying to you as an artist, she's not obligated. No artist is obligated to switch up their style to appease the customer or the fan base. Because if you support her, or if you've been supporting her, the reason she's able to be in the position she's in now, probably going to debut with a number 1 album, is because people like her style. We like Meg on a track, giving us hot girl Meg, and it's
always try to maybe like the bad guy.
It's not about being the bad guy. It's about saying, listen. Especially, I'm always going to be sensitive when it comes to artists. I'm always going to be, because I'm an artist. For Megan Thee Stallion, looking back where she's come from, and it's very. I won't say it's basic, because it's not easy to do. It's not easy to be a songwriter. It's not well, it can flow naturally too, but it's not easy to put your art out there and put it in front of critics and having to hear people try to tell you how to be the best version of yourself, especially from people who don't do what you're doing. That's what most of the criticism
here's my thing with that,
comes
because I get that a lot too, and my thing is this: I feel like we're all in some way are connected to music. We know what and what is not good music. I think to a certain extent.
No, because a lot of things that aren't technically or sonically good considered good music.
And I think it's all. And at the end of the day, it's just our perception. It's our own opinion. So we have the freedom to say, especially if we're buying your music, if we're the consumer.
Well, don't buy it.
And then eventually,
don't tell me to change my stuff.
Because we all know eventually, like, she's gonna need to always be on the good side with the general public, because the general public, your fans is going to support you.
But that has nothing to do with the music. Artists now don't fall out of good graces because of their music. They fall out of good graces because of personal shit. They fall out of good graces with the public because of stories about getting shot in the foot by a nigga that's 3'4". That's those kind of things is what takes people out now. Not just their music, because the access to different music is so readily available now. It's not the same as when the music industry was telling you who to listen to. You listen to the radio to find out who the artists are that are making music, even though there were hundreds of thousands of people who were doing shows every week at a local bar or whatever.
You never heard about it.
Yeah, but now you have access to find whoever you want to find. You don't like listening to Meg, you can find 500 other female artists with different sounds and different flows. And
I guess here's my next question, because,
Oh, go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah.
Right, but anyway, well, you said your next question is what?
Well, I guess
About her changing her style and stuff. She will evolve. Bottom line is, Meg is going to evolve how she evolves, just like any other artist. Like the baby will evolve when he gets tired of sounding like he sound.
Yeah,
he's going to evolve and change. And there are rappers now who rap like Meg.
Yeah.
So that's the impact of her doing what she's doing, and she'll probably switch it up so that she can stay ahead of the curve because that's what art, when you evolve, it's like,
we kind of seen it with this album when she did that pop record on there. I was like, okay,
right. And so it's, but you said it's weird. Now now flipping the coin on what you said about, it sounds the same, blah, blah, in the same setting of you saying that she needs to switch it up because it seems to be more versatile. You also spoke to the versatility of her album and said it was weird.
I said switch it up in far as rapping, but not.
But there are songs, there are songs on this album where it's a different mood. She's singing, she's rapping, she's switched her flow completely, but it's always going to be Meg. But it felt weird to you because it wasn't the Meg that you're used to hearing. So sitting in that moment where it's saying, I want her to switch it up, there's always going to be the other side. It's like, well, actually, she should probably say the same. When she switch up, I don't like it. Give me Meg. Just give me something I can throw my ass to. And you know what I mean? Like, so you can't please everybody. And sometimes you can't even please one person because they want two different things from the same person. You want her to switch it up, but you also don't want her to switch it up too much because if you switch it up too much, it's weird and you don't like it. And I have to listen to it 10 times before I like it.
And I never said I didn't like it. I'm just saying it's just...
You said you'd have to listen to it again.
It's a little weird. Yeah, I got to listen to it again. That's just how I am. I have to listen to it again.
Right. So all in all, as an artist, she's going to evolve. You get to pick and choose because you are the consumer. What you like, what you don't like, what you listen to. You don't have to listen to if the body yada yada. Guess what? You can always skip that song.
Yeah, I told you. I showed you my list.
Right,
That's all I got.
Always skip that song. The same thing with like the Doja Cat, and City Girls. Like, I like the fact that they give you what they got.
They give you a variety. Now we have more
to choose.
We can choose. We do have to move on though.
We sure do, because I got to go.
What time?
Shots fired. Actually, no. So that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be moving on through this moment because I want to make sure we give Meg a proper moment because this is a really big deal.
Okay.
Dropping your first album, so to speak. The first song on the record, because we've been covering this story about her being shot by Tory Lanez and about her not really her speaking out sporadically, like every other week she may post a tweet or she had a little thing and then she but on Shots Fired she actually spoke about the incident of the fiasco, and she also addressed her position with her former best friend Kelsey, and I like the fact that she didn't even use their names. She didn't use their names. It was great.
You just knew who she was talking about.
You just sat there, you was like, that was good. You barely heard anything else about it with the rest of the album.
Now that part
this
of
nigga made a whole album.
Right.
She made one song.
Yeah.
Let's not have this conversation
addressing
again.
you, and then after that, you dust.
But speaking of versatility, like this album featured SZA, Lil Durk, Popcorn, Big Sean, 2 Chainz, and the City Girls.
Yeah, and I also like and let me say something positive, child, for they kill me now.
Yes.
I like how they she sampled a lot of R&B beats, especially with, like I said, with Circles, Jasmine Sullivan's song, but also the song with SZA. It was very reminiscent of like an R&B song back in like early mid 2000s. You get what I'm saying? So I enjoyed that aspect of the album. So yeah, I mean, I hope, I know it's gonna do well. I know it's gonna do great in numbers. I know people gonna love it, child. The Barbies like it. Everybody like it. You know what I'm saying?
They should.
As they should, honey. We all love Meg, and we support. And I want a Circles video.
You may get one.
I want a Circles video.
The fact that she opened up her album with a sample from Biggie Smalls, Who Shot You. Like, when I heard that beat, I was just like,
ooh, she trolling.
No, like, seriously, I was like, when I heard the beat, so I was like, oh, shit. I was like, oh my God, not you starting your album with a diss track.
We started
On
off with.
Big
I said we started
Shot
off with negativity. Portia's voice.
But I loved it.
Yes.
I loved it, and it was really really
Interesting.
good. They had Freak Girls. It was Dr. Dre's G-Funk little sound going on.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. I'm excited to see what people say. But my
Another
favorite song was
thing-
Body, Shots Fired in the Chorus, then Do It on the Tip with City Girls. But
Okay.